News now.
A warning, don't invade Rafah. I'm Carmen Roberts, Fox News. President Biden saying publicly for the first time he will hold back more weapons from Israel if it launches a major invasion of Rafah. He told CNN last night.
I've made it clear to Bibi and the War Cabinet, they're not going to get our support if, in fact, they go in these population centers.
Republicans like Senator Lindsey Graham blasting the shift in policy.
This is obscene. It is absurd. Give Israel what they need to fight the war they can't afford to lose.
This as tens of thousands of Palestinians flee the chaos in Rafah.
The IDF pushed forward with its operation in southern Gaza, where soldiers and fighter jets targeted Hamas militants, infrastructure, and underground tunnels near the Gazan side of the Rafah crossing. But the ongoing mission is also displacing more than 100,000 Palestinians who were warned by the IDF to get out.
Fox's Jeff Paul in Tel Aviv. Another day of violent weather spun up tornadoes and severe storms, leaving 2 dead in Tennessee and 1 in North Carolina. A possible tornado hit west of Charlotte.
A storm came into Gaston County, uprooted trees, and did a lot to our thoroughfares of trying to get some of our roadways cleared, but also a lot of power lines are down.
Chad Brown, chair of the Gaston County Commission. The storm stretched from the Carolinas to the Midwest. Shots rang out last night during a high school graduation at the Albuquerque Convention Center in New Mexico.
When officers arrived, they discovered it was a single shot fired by one individual. An adult female was struck by the gunshot. She was quickly transported to a local hospital. My understanding is her injuries are not life-threatening.
Police spokesman Gilbert Gallego says they have a suspect in custody. And a mixed day on Wall Street yesterday. The Dow gained 172 points. Dow futures down 72 at this hour. America's listening to Fox News.
WMAL News at 5:02. Good morning, everyone. I'm John Matthews. There is a watery mess in upper northwest D.C. this morning following a major water main break last evening.
A break on a rather large water main, so it's 20 inches. There was initially a lot of water that flowed out of that break right at the intersection of Morrison Street and 41st Street.
John Lyle with DC Water says about 5,000 customers are affected and are now being warned to boil their water until the repairs are made. That is, if you even have much water coming from your tap. Repairs are underway, and the problems may not be over, though. I saw a 3-foot geyser erupting from the middle of Western Avenue in Friendship Heights just a couple of hours ago. Stay tuned. For the first time in 2 weeks, the campus of George Washington University mostly quiet last night, with police guarding the now vacant university yard behind metal barricades after the eviction of pro-Palestinian protesters yesterday morning. Still, those demonstrators still talking big.
We will not lose eyes of our compass in Palestine. We will not allow some arrests to get in the way of that.
As officers continue standing guard and fencing off the portion of campus where tents once stood, students say they're not done.
When we say we're not leaving, we're not leaving.
Now, this portion of campus will remain barricaded through commencement, which is a little more than a week from now.
7 News reporter Christian Flores. Police in Prince George's County had a violent night. A man stabbed several times in Seat Pleasant at around 6:30. This was on Martin Luther King Jr. Avenue. The victim rushed to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Police were able to take a man into custody and recover a weapon. No word yet on a motive in the stabbing. A couple of hours later, a shooting involving a Metro Transit police officer and a suspect at the Suitland Metro station. Green Line trains bypassed the station as police investigated. Metro officials say shots were fired, but neither the suspect nor the officer were wounded. A gun was recovered, and a suspect, as we say, is in custody. The Dow futures this morning are down 77 points. The NASDAQ futures down 57. Sports. The Nats come back twice from 2-run deficits against the Orioles, but they fall in 12 innings to the Birds 7-6. NBA, Denver's Nikola Jokic is named the league's most valuable player for the 3rd time in 4 seasons. Up next, traffic and weather on WMAL.
There may be other diamonds. Let the others wear them. The best quality and value are at Mervis Diamond Importers.
It's Vince for Artisan Movers, and as a military brat, we moved a lot. And I remember my parents were concerned about things breaking or getting dirty because sometimes we had movers who would literally throw boxes or our couch cushions into the truck without a care in the world. Well, for a moving experience that's totally different, you need to trust your move with Artisan Movers. Charles, the owner, happens to be a WMAL listener, and he's terrific. He's an honest, hardworking American focused on doing things the right way for his customers. For you, that means a stress-free move. Artisan Movers handles both local and long-distance moving, and storage services for homeowners and businesses. What I love the most is Artisan offers white glove service, which includes complete packing and unpacking of every single item in your home or office. You don't touch a thing. For a great moving company who prides itself on getting the job done on time, on budget, and won't throw your couch cushions around, trust Artisan Movers. Free quotes and WMAL listener discounts are available. Call 240-600-0998. That's 240-600-0998 or online at artisanmovers.com.
WMAL traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First on the 5s, Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Virginia commuters in the Great Falls area, we are starting off with a closure. Georgetown Pike closed each direction between Route 7 and Utterback Store Road due to a crash. 66, we're in good shape coming out of Manassas up through to the Beltway. Beltway without any early troubles reported, Maryland or Virginia. Here we go, Maryland on 270, 95 in the BW Parkway, all good pushing down to the Beltway. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Today, high temperatures only around 70 degrees. With the clouds also come a chance for showers through the morning and afternoon hours, but still lots of dry time. More widely scattered showers moving in through the evening and overnight hours. Overnight lows in the 50s. And then tomorrow, cloudy and even cooler. Some neighborhoods struggle to get to 60 degrees, so keep the umbrella and eventually the jacket handy. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
Right now it is 64 in Tyson, 63 in Kensington, 68 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app.
O'Connor and Company.
It's 5:06 on a Thursday morning. Oh, my friends, we're so close. We're so close to Friday and that weekend. It is going to be a glorious one. You know what? I'm just going to jump ahead to the weather report. On Saturday, we will have partly sunny skies with a high of 66 degrees. Sunday, mostly sunny with a high in the mid-60s. Just delightful spring weather. Not that I'm getting ahead of myself, but I'm getting a little ahead of myself. But we've got a lot of work to take care of this morning. Get ready. Buckle up. Strap in. It's 6:35. Tom Royals running for the Republican nomination in Maryland 6. We've been walking you through the entire field of candidates there so you can make a informed decision on Election Day next week. 7:05, our pal Bethany Mandel running for Montgomery County School Board. She was also on Capitol Hill yesterday talking about anti-Semitism in our public schools. 7:35, Ken Neunenkamp, he's the owner of the wine outlet, and we're here to talk with him. He's a military veteran, and he's doing a lot to join into Military Appreciation Month here in May, so we'll talk to Ken about his efforts in the Commonwealth of Virginia. 8:05, our pal KT McFarland will talk about Biden throwing our friend Israel under the bus officially yesterday. And then at 8:35, Matt Foldy, independent reporter, friend of this program, knows everything there is to know about David Trone, and there are new developments in David Trone's nightmare campaign to be the senator of Maryland, including an implosion on camera against a local reporter. So we're going to get to all of that. But there's more important news today with our co-host this Thursday morning, Mercedes Schlepp. Good morning, Mercedes.
Good morning, Larry. How are you?
I'm good. And listen, we got the Israel thing. We got the Biden imploding. We got the trials against Donald Trump disintegrating before our very eyes, the political persecution they've attempted against him. We've got the election day today. I've got all those things that I just laid out. But this just in, breaking news. My understanding is your daughters were in a musical last night. Specifically Frozen. Or wait, which daughter was in Frozen?
Wait, it's Ava, so it's number 4.
Ava. We love Ava. Ava's sort of she's got an edge to her, Ava does.
An edge?
She does. She's sweet, she's lovely, but she always has sort of like she's the one that always has sort of the sarcastic line that she throws in there, just sort of lobs in.
It lobs it in
yes.
with Uncle Larry. That's
at least
right,
with me.
and
That's her approach with me.
And so it's Tech Week, and you know how this is in this theater world, and all the mama bears and papa bears out there that have to go through Tech Week. It's like 4 or 5 hours of practice a day.
So the performances are actually this weekend then.
This weekend.
We would call it in
Saturday.
the business, we would call this Hell Week. Actually.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't think they use that.
You're not allowed to say
school.
that.
No.
Okay.
No, that would imply that the devil's around or something like that.
So basically, you're hearing the Frozen soundtrack sung in your house every second of the day.
Every second. I was going to say, every time I feel stressed, I just start singing Let It Go. Like, don't be stressed. Just let it go. But yes, so Ava's playing Anna. It's very sweet.
Wow. That's huge.
And then
wait, that's
you know who's
do you
playing...
want to build a snowman? Is that Anna?
Well,
wow.
Yes, that is.
That's
and then
the sister,
there is and then she falls in love with the guy who turns out to be evil.
Right, right.
It's just awful.
Yes.
And then Elsa, you know who's playing Elsa is the mom.
Idina Menzel. They've actually, this is how expensive and ritzy this bougie school is. They actually brought in a Hollywood actress.
No, but you know who's the daughter, the daughter of Byron Donald's chief of staff. Isn't that crazy?
Really?
So we talk politics. Literally, like we're sitting there watching the girls and we're talking politics. They're like, did you see what MTG did yesterday with Speaker Mike
There
Johnson?
is nothing
She's
more
like, can
DC
you find
than
me the
this.
votes?
That's good. Can you find me the votes?
And
She's
then we're
lobbying
both-
in the audience.
She's so talented that Byron Donald's chief of staff, that she literally runs the makeup committee. So we're here like, putting makeup on all the kids.
Yeah.
This is what's so cool about living in this area sometimes.
That's
that you're like
funny. Organized
talking
chaos.
politics and doing Frozen.
Is
There
it
you
true
go.
that Sean Spicer is playing the snowman? Is he?
He's Olaf.
He is Olaf. He would make a great Olaf.
He would make a great. Oh my goodness, that would be hilarious.
We should do our own little music. We've got our own little cast of characters here on O'Connor and Company, and we could like find a show and just we could cast it and
Heather could totally be Elsa.
You want to do? You just want to do Frozen? You're so into Frozen, you won't
I'm
even
into
think
Frozen
of another
right now.
musical. All right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What musical would you do if you could?
What musical would I cast our show or gosh?
Our show. Oh, that's interesting.
We just make a musical version of O'Connor.
I'm thinking Les Mis.
O'Connor and Company, the musical.
Mis. Yeah.
I would. Well, Les Mis is great. We'd need a bigger cast. We'd have to extend it to our regular guests and everything, and bring more
we'll
people.
just audition and have like our listeners just audition for the show.
Then who's buying the tickets? I mean, we gotta. All right, well, that's
they
true.
have
You
to
know what? We
audition.
don't
Not
care about an
everyone gets
audience. We're
in.
doing this for ourselves.
Okay, let's keep going. We have so
wait.
much
I want
to talk
No,
about.
we will, but I want to hear more about this scene as tech is going on and they're blocking for lighting and the costumes and seeing how the makeup looks under the lights, and you're sitting there watching your kids and trying to support them. And meanwhile, Byron Donald's chief of staff is next to you, and you guys are dishing the dirt on Capitol Hill. And
that's exactly what we were
and all the
talking
bills
about.
that are pending. And oh God, what are we going to do?
Literally, I walk through the door. She goes, "Did you see what MTG just did? Like
Yeah.
this is." And she's like, "What are the votes? Do we know what the votes are?" They
Oh.
call me, and I'm like, "Look, I got to work. I can't. I got to deal with putting on makeup."
The votes weren't good, and of course, she's referring to MTG's attempt to vacate the chair yesterday. And there is, an old saying that if you're going to make a move like this and try to, topple the king, you better make sure you have enough, compatriots to be able to actually assassinate the king. You don't want to be Brutus standing alone with the knife as Caesar and everyone else is just staring at you. And that's sort of how it went down yesterday. The motion to vacate was tabled by a vote of 359 to 43.
Wow.
So, here's what we can say about Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's not dumb. She actually has quite a bit of political savvy to her. If she knows that that she's up against it like that, was there a play for her knowing that, well, basically I'm standing by my principles, I'm doing what I think is right, and that plays well back in her district, even if it's, for nothing? I don't know what she gains by that, and she alienates the speaker in a major way.
No, look, there's one thing to say. Look, I don't agree, Mr. Speaker, with, pushing forward with Ukraine funding or the FISA vote, which was very disappointing. Fine, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Air out your disappointments. I know, he has a very tough job. Speaker Mike Johnson is at a point right now where he knows that he has a slim majority, very, very slim majority. For crying out loud, it makes you think, why did, the Republicans go after George Santos? They should have been like, the guy is insane, but let's go. Keep him in there because now you lost a seat, right? So and then the Republicans themselves, they eat their own.
Yep.
It's like, come on, we look like we can't, like Republicans can't govern. And that's such a bad sign.
That's right.
So I know you could be mad at the speaker. You might not agree with the speaker's decision, but the reality is that you don't want Jeffries in there. It's literally Jeffries saving Mike Johnson time and time again. This is becoming it doesn't. It's just not reflective well on our party, on the Republican Party.
I agree, and I also think that Mike Johnson. Again, I don't agree with everything. I don't agree with anything anybody does. I don't agree with everything I do.
You don't agree with everything with me? Come on, Larry. You and I we finish each other's sentences. Oh my gosh, that's a line from Frozen.
It's 5:15, WMAL traffic and weather every 10 minutes, first on the fives. I'm just going to let that one go. Here's Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
All right, good morning. And we are off to a much better start right now, as I just got the word from police that the Georgetown Pike has been reopened between Route 7 and Outer Back Store Road. Did have a little bit of a delay there with that closure, but that's quickly easing out now that they've reopened the roadway. Beltway looks good, Maryland and Virginia. No early troubles, those of you coming in through Annapolis and Bowie on 50, and then extending inside the Beltway, both 50 and the BW Parkway through Cheverly. Nice and quiet. Good time to get going. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Cloudy skies today, afternoon showers, thunderstorms possible rolling in with a high of 70 degrees. Tonight, cloudy, and a chance of showers overnight as well with a low of 56. Tomorrow, count on some showers and maybe even a thunderstorm rolling in with a high of 61. Saturday, partly sunny. There's a slight chance of showers now developing on Saturday, but the high's going to be in the mid to upper 60s. And then Sunday is mostly sunny, again with the highs in the mid to upper 60s. Right now, over there at Reagan National, it's 67 degrees at 5:16.
WMAL. Making sense of the news. Live from the Home Paramount Pest Control Studios.
Home Paramount, the leader in pest control since 1939. Mark Levin, weeknights from 6 till 9.
On News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Making sense of the news.
Marjorie Taylor Greene, as we mentioned, attempted to vacate the chair yesterday. This is a dispute over the priorities that Speaker Johnson utilized in terms of the funding for the Ukraine-Israel effort, along with Taiwan funding that was put in there, because the promise was made that we will secure the border first. And Speaker Johnson could say, listen, we did fulfill that promise. We did what we could do with H.R. 2. We had the most secure border bill with real reform to the asylum process. It died in the Senate, but we did in the House our job. And now we need to do this to be able to replenish Iron Dome for Israel. Anyway, that's water under the bridge, sadly. It was a couple of weeks ago. Marjorie Taylor Greene made good on her promise to bring the motion to vacate the chair up. I told you that the vote was 359 to 43. There were also 7 members of Congress not voting. For those of you who are thinking, oh, look at that, 43 Republicans joined. No. The vast majority of that 43. The line out there is that Democrats saved Speaker Johnson, right? You could also make the case that Marjorie Taylor Greene's constituency on the floor with this motion to vacate was overwhelmingly Democrats, because out of those 43 votes that agreed with Marjorie Taylor Greene to vacate the House, only 11 were Republicans. The vast majority, 2/3 of the votes to vacate the chair, as small as that number was, were Democrats. So Marjorie Taylor Greene, you could argue, led an effort for Democrats to oust the Speaker, and it was defeated by an overwhelming margin. And your old boss, Donald Trump, the presumptive nominee for the Republicans, he took to Truth Social, as you see here, and he let his opinions known that this is not the time to make a move like this.
Yeah, no, he said, I absolutely love Marjorie Taylor. Well, he said he posted it on Truth. I absolutely love Marjorie Taylor Greene. She's got spirit. She's got fight, and I believe she'll come around. However, right now, Republicans have to be fighting the radical left Democrats and all the damage they've done to our country. It goes on and on. Yeah. So at the end it says, but if we show disunity, which will be portrayed as chaos, it will negatively affect everything. Mike Johnson is a good man who is trying very hard. I also wish certain things were done over the last period of 2 months, but we will get them done. Together, it is my request that Republicans vote for the motion to table. We will win big, and it will be soon. So, look, he doesn't want to see the chaos because it reflects poorly. Trump does not want to see the chaos because it reflects poorly on the party.
And him. And you're right. And
exactly.
he even said that. He said, we're leading in the presidential polls by a lot, nationally and in swing states. Likewise, we're doing well in the Senate. I believe we will do well in the House. But if we show disunity, which will be portrayed as chaos, it will negatively affect everything. You've got to think, and so he asked Republicans, this is before the vote, and he asked Republicans to vote in favor of tabling this motion. And I think that carried a lot of weight. I think that it may have gotten more votes for MTG without that message from Donald Trump. So I think that's a very mature approach that the president took.
It is. And I think that if you're able to win big in November, if Republicans are able to win big in November, giving more numbers to Mike Johnson, it's going to be easier for Mike Johnson to do his job. Look, I do believe being Speaker of the House has to be the worst job in Washington, hands down, especially when you're stuck in a situation where you're constantly trying to negotiate with the Democrats, which what the Democrats want is crazy stuff all the time. They're going to fund the NGOs, for example, left and right when it comes to on the border issue. They're gonna do things you're gonna hate, and you're stuck in a bad situation because you partially own that negotiation, and that's when you see some of these members of the Freedom Caucus just staunchly against Mike Johnson.
Except the Freedom Caucus did not support MTG in this. I mean, they are against, because I think they also recognize, because here's the thing, you got to have a plan B. It's like, all right, we're going to get rid of Johnson. Great. And then
right.
And then who's next? And there's literally no one. I'll tell you this, and I could be wrong. I don't know. It's so funny. Like, for my entire career, I've always said I don't like making predictions. But lately, I really like making predictions. What the hell? I mean, I've seen so many liberal media personalities and never Trump personalities who have made the wrong predictions for the last 10 years, and their career is thriving. So what the hell? I'm going to make a prediction.
So now you're in this new business.
Absolutely.
This is good.
So
Larry the Psychic. Can we call you that? That's great.
My original instinct was that Mike Johnson, because of the nature of how he became Speaker and all of the chaos, and it was like he was a compromise sort of person to just move things forward until Election Day and until the new Congress. I sort of felt like Mike Johnson, a good man who I like a lot, was a placeholder. And after Trump wins in November and after we get a larger majority in the House, the new Congress then will coalesce around a different speaker. I got to tell you something. Ironically, what happened here and the way it transpired and Trump's voice of support here, I think Mike Johnson emerges from this process stronger and with a more solid base of support in the House than he had before the attempt to vacate the chair. He might actually, in the next 6 to 7 months, consolidate and utilize his influence and power to basically put himself in a very stable position going forward as Speaker.
Well, and I think you've seen in the polls, he's like, I think it came out, and this was a couple weeks ago, where he is, people like him.
He has the highest approval rating of any Republican in office right now.
Exactly. Yeah. People like him. He has a very humble demeanor, which I think works very well in this job. And I think it's going to be interesting to see. Look, he does a lot to reach out to, I'll tell you, just to conservative activists and conservative leaders to basically say, how can we do better? And I think that helps to keep that going. I do think that for Marjorie Taylor Greene, he's going to have his opposition, and it is to push him into this direction of fighting harder. The problem is you got to decide whether you're going to do that in public or you're going to oppose him in public, or say oppose him in private and say we need to make changes.
That's a great point, because Lord knows when Nancy Pelosi only had like a 6 or 7 seat majority, she had a lot of opposition from the radicals, from the squad and everything, but almost all that opposition was done behind closed doors when they had caucuses, and it wasn't played out like this on a live stream or on social media, or even that dinosaur cable news. That's how a grown-up political party should behave. It's 5:23.
Pollen and allergens are everywhere, on your car, on your clothes, in your carpet, up your nose. You need a hygienic rescue. You need Hadid. The Hadid difference is Joe Hadid's unique combination of traditional cleaning methods and modern equipment, giving your home or office a deep-down hygienic clean that cannot be matched. Wall-to-wall steam cleaning hardwood floors, Hadid has you covered. Save even more money without compromising quality on rugs that qualify with Hadid's Express Service. The same amazing Hadid cleaning for less. Expert repair and restoration are available as well. Call today and take advantage of 15% off all in-plant rug cleaning. Breathe easy. Get spring fresh clean at joehadid.com today.
If you stand on it, We stand behind it.
Hi, this is Larry O'Connor, and like many people, my experiences with the dentist when I was a kid were not the most comfortable. I had a big fear of the dentist, but for the past 5 years, I've been going to see Dr. Rob and Dr. Deb at Bethesda Sedation Dentistry. I want to tell you about Dr. Rob and Dr. Deb. First of all, most importantly, they're amazing dentists. They helped me overcome my dental fear, and honestly, it's been life-changing. Their approach with me was compassionate and non-judgmental. Everything is talked about in advance. It's all 100% permission-based, so they proceed at the speed you're comfortable with. They really walk you through your visit every step of the way. And since May is National Military Appreciation Month, Bethesda Sedation Dentistry will donate $100 to the Fisher House Foundation for every new patient visit. Trust me, if you have any dental fear at all and nagging tooth pain, interested in sedation dentistry, or just looking for a great dentist, call Bethesda Sedation Dentistry, 301-530-2434, 301-530-2434, or visit BethesdaSedationDentistry.com. Bethesda Sedation Dentistry. Sleep, dream, smile.
I don't know about you, but I've got the songs from Frozen stuck in my head now. It's 5:25 WMAL traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First on the fives with Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
All right, and as we get started here this morning, good around the Capital Beltway, and that's the way we like it. No problems, Maryland or Virginia. Same story with 270 with the easy ride out of Frederick to the Capital Beltway. A little bit of volume on 95 starting to form as you head Dale City and through to Woodbridge, but really that's about it. On the toll road, take it easy if you're going westbound toll road near 28. That's where we had the report of the crash. I'll follow up on that in 10 minutes. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Well, tracking some big changes to end the week. In fact, today, high temperatures only around 70 degrees, a good 15 degrees lower than yesterday. With the clouds also come a chance for showers through the morning and afternoon hours, but still lots of dry time, so just keep the umbrella on hand. More widely scattered showers moving in through the evening and overnight hours, overnight lows in the 50s, and then tomorrow, cloudy and even cooler. Some neighborhoods struggle to get to 60 degrees, so keep the umbrella and eventually the jacket handy. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
And right now, it is 67 degrees at 5:26.
With each breath, allergens, germs, and viruses get trapped in your nose. Now there's a simple, easy, and effective way to clean your nose and protect your health. It's called Navage. Navage. Available at Navage.com.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had Leaf Filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/beacon first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/beacon to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit NoTimeToWait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Hey, it's Vince. I've met a bunch of great business leaders in our community, and one that stands out is FVC Bank for its sound management and superior service. It takes a lot to make a positive impression on me, but hearing about FVC Bank's commitment to ensuring local businesses and charitable organizations have easy access to banking transactions came through loud and clear. Need a great bank? FVC Bank is ready to help. FVC Bank, one bank, unlimited possibilities. Online at fvcbank.com, member FDIC.
I'm Abe Abish, founder of Abish Financial Services, where we can help you unpack your savings. Join me for the Retirement Key, Saturday at 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., and Sunday at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. on WMAL, and connect at theretirementkey.com.
Larry O'Connor here with real stories from real people who picked up the phone and called Debbie, Sarah, and Reynolds Empower Home Team with Keller Williams Realty to work for them. Recently, Debbie and Sarah Reynolds sold Larry and Stephanie's home for 100% of asking price before it even hit the market. Larry and Stephanie were absolutely amazed at the process and the fact that Debbie and Sarah already had the buyers, over 16,700 buyers in their exclusive database. Larry and Stephanie couldn't believe how stress-free their transaction was, and they encourage anyone who's selling their home to call Reynolds Empower Home Team. They said if you want to sell,
then call Debbie and Sarah because they have what you need, buyers. Take it from Larry, Stephanie, and me, Larry O'Connor. Don't settle for just any realtor when you can hire the team that sells a home every 2 hours. Call Debbie, Sarah, and Reynolds Empower Home Team, 844-344-SOLD, 844-344-SOLD, or visit DebbieHasTheBuyers.com. That's DebbieHasTheBuyers.com.
I hate you. Coming up, as you know, the cops cleared the GW campus. So why did the House cancel that hearing with Mayor Muriel Bowser? We'll get into it next.
WMAL-FM, Woodbridge, Washington, a Cumulus media station.
Making sense of the news.
News Talk 105.9.
News now.
WMAL News at 5:30. Good morning. I'm John Matthews. President Biden says he'll withhold delivering more heavy weapons to Israel if they are to be used to invade Rafah and Gaza.
In an interview with CNN, the president reiterating that he won't support an invasion that could lead to more civilian casualties.
I've made it clear to Bibi and the War Cabinet, they're not going to get our support if, in fact, they go in these population centers. We're not walking away from Israel's security. We're walking away from Israel's ability to wage war in those areas.
The president going on to say the U.S. will continue to make sure Israel is secure with other defenses, such as its Iron Dome nuclear defense system.
Fox News' Marianne Rafferty. More testimony from Stormy Daniels expected today in President Trump's New York trial.
Adult film star Stormy Daniels is set to be back in a Manhattan courtroom to undergo more cross-examination after testifying for almost 5 hours on Tuesday. She gave descriptions of an alleged 2006 sexual encounter with former President Trump, who was accused of falsifying business records to cover up a $130,000 hush money payment made to Daniels to keep her quiet before the 2016 election. The former president has denied her claims and has pleaded not guilty. In New York City, Tanya J. Powers, Fox News.
We have more black bear sightings, the latest coming Wednesday morning from a woman walking her dog at 14th and Newton Northeast. Naturalists like Montgomery Park's Noelia Schmidt believe it may be the same bear seen numerous times in Silver Spring recently.
They're normally the male teenager bears that are coming down. They got booted out by mom, and they're coming down and looking for habitat, looking for a place to set up shop.
These bears are typically scared of humans, but you should keep all food sources locked up tight if you don't want them around. Dow futures down 88, NASDAQ futures down 68. Sports, a thriller at Nats Park. The Nats fall to the Orioles 7-6 in 12 innings. Up next, traffic and weather.
You wouldn't have someone else pack your suitcase, but what about your retirement? Your 401k could be filled with things you don't even need. If you're close to retirement but don't have a customized plan, that's kind of like taking a 30-year vacation with no idea what's in your bags. I'm Abe Abish, founder of Abish Financial Services, and I can help you unpack your savings. Join me for the Retirement Key, Saturday at 8 a.m. and 2 p.m., and Sunday at 8 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. on WMAL.
Brokered by eXp Realty. Hey everybody, this is Brian Wilson at The Hybrid Agent, where we sell homes for a flat fee of $500 upfront and just 3% total commission at closing, where our people, processes, and technology make the difference. In today's real estate world, you demand and deserve options, so we're going to give them to you. Our primary service is still the MLS listing with our hybrid commission model, but our newest service is our hybrid Cash Plus offer, where you get paid both before and after renovations. You can set the terms and get your free hybrid Cash Plus offer on our website, thehybridagent.com. And remember, no matter what service you choose, we are still your trusted 5-star, low-cost leader. So when you're ready to sell or get your free no-obligation cash offer, or if you just have questions, reach out to us today at thehybridagent.com. Real simple, real savings, real results. That's thehybridagent.com.
Is your patio, sidewalk, or driveway cracked or uneven? Have you tripped or fallen as a result? Or are you worried about the liability of an uneven surface on your property? American Concrete Services can quickly help. Don't pay the high cost to tear out and replace your sidewalk, patio, driveway, or pool deck. American Concrete Services has an economical solution which can raise and stabilize your existing concrete at a fraction of the cost of full replacement with their environmentally friendly structural foam. With structural foam lifting, there's no heavy equipment to cause damage to your property and no loud noises from jackhammering. Best of all, most repairs can be completed in just a few hours the same day. Have your entire patio, sidewalk, or driveway crack-free, safe, and level again. No job is too big or small. Call American Concrete Services now for your free estimate at 240-6655-665. That's 240-6655-665. Again, call 240-6655-665. License in D.C., Maryland, and Virginia. MHIC number 140530.
It's Larry for PVI Office Furniture. With 32 years in business, a large inventory, and their own fleet of trucks, they just renovated our offices and did a fantastic job. Check out PVI's huge selection at their showroom on Monroe Avenue in Frederick, or visit PVIPVI.com. Business grows with PVI. Join Brent Bozell and special guests including Sarah Carter, Jason Chaffetz, Cal Thomas, Sean and Rachel Duffy, and Kevin Sorbo on the Media Research Center's 2024 post-election Caribbean Cruise this November. Go to mrccruise.com for all the details.
This report is sponsored by MGM National Harbor. Celebrate spring at MGM National Harbor. Enjoy some of your favorite slot machines on their outdoor gaming terrace. And it's patio season at their restaurants and nightlife lounge. Plus, don't miss their all-new conservatory display paying tribute to the DMV's historic landmarks. Monumental happens here. Must be 21.
WMAL traffic and weather, Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Virginia westbound on the Dulles Toll Road. The crash is reported westbound at 28, so be cautious in that area. Now, eastbound side, nothing reported, and we're good heading up through to the Capitol Beltway. 66 looks good coming out of Manassas to the Beltway. Good time to get going. No problems Beltway, Maryland or Virginia. Over the 14th Street Bridge, crossing the 11th Street Bridge, and both onto the freeway without any early issues. And a good start on New York Avenue heading past Bladensburg Road toward the 3rd Street Tunnel. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Today's going to end up cloudy and cooler compared to yesterday. We also could have the chance for a few showers through the morning and afternoon hours. More widely scattered showers this evening. Heading into the overnight hours, cooler with lows in the 50s. And tomorrow, much of the day we stay in the 50s. It'll be cloudy with a few showers, and we'll stay continued cool heading into the weekend. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
Right now it is 62 in Lorton, 63 in Silver Spring, 68 at Reagan National. I'm John Matthews on News Talk 105.9 WMAL.
Now on 105.9 FM and streaming worldwide on the WMAL app.
O'Connor and Company.
It's 5:37 now on a busy Thursday morning. So let me get right to it. 6:35, Tom Royals running for Maryland 6. 7:05, Bethany Mandel running for Montgomery County School Board. 7:35, Ken Noonenkamp, a retired Marine and owner of the wine outlet, talk about what they're doing there for Military Appreciation Month and what other businesses should be doing this month. 8:05, KT McFarland. And then at 8:35, Matt Foldy on the implosion of David Trone before our very eyes. Larry O'Connor with Mercedes Schlapp. Good morning, Mercedes.
You know, Matthew Foldy is, I call him, I'm his Catholic mother. We always joke around. I'm always like, because he's like my Jewish son. And I'm like, you know, I'm your Catholic mother. I take care of that.
We've
that
all
boy.
taken
He's
Matt under our wing. He's a good guy. We're all going to be working for Matt Foldy someday. No, we are.
I know.
The man's a stud. We love Matt. That's kind of like me. You know, my mother was Catholic, but her father was Jewish.
Wow.
But she was raised Catholic because her mother was Catholic, right? So her father married a shiksa, as they say. But then my father was Catholic. But I had a lot of Jewish in my upbringing in terms of culture and sort of the attitude. You know.
So this past weekend, Matt and I had dinner with dear friends of ours at the only kosher restaurant in D.C., Char Bar.
Oh, I've heard.
It was
of course,
so good.
Yeah.
It was so tasty. But I will say,
compare kosher notes with Bethany Mandel when she joins us. She keeps a kosher home. You know?
I love it.
And she was raised Irish Catholic. She converted.
Wow.
Yeah. For the man of her dreams, Seth
For
Mandel.
the man of her dreams.
It's the things you'll do for
just
love.
Beautiful.
Look at what you've done for love.
Oh, tell me about it. Let me tell you, it's exhausting.
So yesterday morning, we started the program talking about how the police finally came in and cleared out the illegal encampment at George Washington University. The administrators had been begging D.C. police to come in and do this, but of course they can't do it without the order from the chief of police and the mayor.
to go in there and clear out the illegal encampment. And I told you the reason that they were dragging their feet is because how can you rationally and logically make the argument that this encampment's going to be removed, but not the one that's in front of Union Station or Farragut Square or any other public space, Kennedy Center? You know, there's encampments all over this town that are illegal. Why just focus on this one? And I was hoping that after they finally did clear out the encampment, Mercedes, that James Comer and the rest of the Oversight Committee that has jurisdiction over the comings and goings here in the District of Columbia would be able to get an answer from Muriel Bowser about that. But after the hearing, after the police did their job overnight last night, the scheduled meeting and the scheduled testimony of the police chief and the mayor was canceled. Comer, the chairman, and I know I heard our buddy Vince Colonnese yesterday afternoon absolutely railing about this. It's like, what's the point? You're supposed to hold D.C. leadership accountable. It's an utter failure. They finally, after waiting way too long, do the right thing, and then you say, okay, all good, no harm, no foul, no need for a hearing. What the hell is that all about? So I really wish they would have maintained that hearing yesterday and actually held D.C.'s leadership to the fire.
You're very chatty today.
I'm sorry. Well, it seemed like you were still sort of gathering your thoughts, so I was just filling the space. Tell us.
Hello. I had my thoughts ready to go.
I'm waiting to hear. I'm wanting to hear.
No, like what? I'm thinking that there was probably some sort of deal cut that they're like, look, we're going to move quickly. Mind you, how long does it take? How long does it take to get this encampment out? This has been an issue that's been happening definitely for at least over a week. To then the mayor and the Metropolitan Police Department finally clearing out the unlawful encampment at GW. It's and let's remember, like, these people at GW at University, these were outside agitators mixed in with students calling for the beheading of school administrators. They're promoting violence, and here you have Comer saying, okay, you know what, we're not gonna hold the hearing anymore. We have nothing to talk about here. Nothing.
Nothing to, okay, they did the right thing, let's move along. Exactly. Yeah. We've been, listen, D.C. is a failed state at this time, although thankfully it is not a state in the actual legal political sense. It's a federal district that is still under the oversight constitutionally of Congress. And home rule clearly is a failed experiment. And so every opportunity that the Republican majority in the House of Representatives has to exert their constitutional authority, they should take that opportunity to continue to send the message that the mayor and the district council answer to a higher authority, and that's Congress. And why they would sort of whiff on this and not take advantage of this opportunity is ridiculous. Not to mention the fact that you can score political points, which is sort of the business we're all in here, isn't it? Winning a political argument to win the day so that you can move forward to election day?
Well, it's not winning a political point. You want to have solutions. So in defense of Comer, because our radio people are really hot about this issue, we saw that Byron Donalds, who's chief of staff, obviously the daughter is playing Frozen with my daughter in Frozen, just to make sure that we've
got to close that loop.
We have to close that loop. Basically, Byron Donalds said, let it go. Okay? He's basically saying for days he defended Comer on his did you get my joke? You got my joke, right?
Yes, I'm just
let it go joke.
I got it. I just
we're gonna have this.
When you stop everything and sort of turn on the chaser lights with an arrow pointing at it, it loses the subtlety.
So Byron Donalds defended the House Oversight Committee's efforts to pressure the mayor and police to act on the growing encampment on the campus. He said he basically posted for days. Or he said, for days, Hamas apologists illegally overtook GW and harassed, intimidated Jewish Americans. Mayor Bowser refused to clear them out. Only after the GOP oversight met with GW leadership toward the encampment and scheduled a hearing for today to DC Act, it never should have come to this. So Donalds is defending Comer's decision. They said because of the Oversight Committee calling this hearing, that they moved quickly to get this done. So there was a resolution.
Sure, they're taking
in
a victory
sense.
lap for just calling the hearing, but it would have again. I think it would have been
I know,
nice
but
to
it doesn't
actually
all
have
have
the
to
mayor
be
squirm a
theatrics
little bit.
here. I know that you come from the world of theater, but it doesn't always have to be about theatrics.
I just think James Comer has some distinct and impressive jazz hands, and any chance he has to use them, he should.
He's very impressive.
I like it. It's 5:44. Your 401k could be looking a little better right now than it did a year ago. I mean, couldn't look any worse. But you don't want to let that go to your head. Behavioral economists warn that the overconfidence that comes with making big gains could also cause you to take bigger risks with your investments. At Abish Financial, they also see how constantly logging into your accounts and checking them daily or even hourly, that causes stress too, whether they're up or down. That's why Abe Abish, they work to take the emotion out of investing, right? Wouldn't it be nice to have somebody else take care of that for you? Let them stress out and you just know that there's a financial plan in place for your retirement? That's what Abish does. And your retirement roadmap that they'll provide for you is complimentary, and it's customized for you, your situation, and your needs. Give them a call. You just have to call them, and you get it. 571-570-3559, a complimentary retirement roadmap. 571-570-3559, or online at theretirementkey.com. Investment advisory services offered through Abish Financial Wealth Management, LLC, a registered investment advisor firm. Insurance services offered through Abish Financial Services, Inc., licensed in Virginia. Endorser has been compensated. Opinions are his own. It's 545. WMAL traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First on the fives with Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
Oh, everybody is behaving here at this early hour. It's just the volume 270 as we head in through Urbana and Hyattstown. No problems or delays even beyond that through Gaithersburg and on to the 270 spur. 295, DC 295 southbound out of Cheverly. We see these early delays every morning, and that's what we have. The brake lights here, Burroughs Avenue past East Capitol Street. No problems on the freeway either direction. 95 Virginia, the same drill out of Dale City into Woodbridge, and then wide open, good. Lorton up to the Capitol Beltway. Looks awesome. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Today's going to end up cloudy and cooler compared to yesterday. We also could have the chance for a few showers through the morning and afternoon hours, more widely scattered showers this evening. Now, yesterday we thought we were going to be dealing with some severe weather. Our severe weather threat definitely decreasing today since we are going to have more clouds and those lower temperatures. Heading into the overnight hours, cooler with lows in the 50s. And tomorrow, much of the day we stay in the 50s. It'll be cloudy with a few showers and we'll stay continued cool heading into the weekend. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
It's 67 degrees at 546.
Spring freshness, trust, great service. Count on us for all your Oriental rug cleaning needs. Just one call to Joe Hadid.
Pollen and allergens are everywhere. On your car, on your clothes, in your carpets, up your nose. You need a hygienic rescue. You need Hadid. The Hadid difference is Joe Hadid's unique combination of traditional methods and modern equipment, giving your home or office a deep-down hygienic clean that can't be matched. Wall-to-wall, steam cleaning, hardwood floors, Hadid has you covered. Save even more money without compromising quality on rugs that qualify with Hadid's Express service. The same amazing Hadid cleaning for less. Expert repair and restoration available as well. Call today and take advantage of 15% off in-plant rug cleaning. Breathe easy. Get spring fresh clean at joehadid.com today.
Gracie, Gracie, we see you. You assault students too. You assault students too. Gallows if you get out.
All right, so that's a little flavor of the fiery but mostly peaceful protest at George Washington University. Let me dissect it for you. The chant was, Bracy, Bracy, we see you. You assault students too. Off to the mother bleeping gallows with you. The gallows, that's sort of a volatile imagery there. They want to lynch the person. They want to hang the person that they're calling out there. Bracy. Who is Bracy? Well, Bracy is Christopher Bracy. He's the provost at George Washington University. He's also a black man. So here you've got the chance there of the unlawful dirtbag encampment protesters who were there supporting terrorists, screaming that the black provost should be lynched. And I don't know, something tells me that that sort of behavior usually gets condemned rightfully so, in this country. But
no, Larry.
Well,
not anymore.
Not by the left,
Not
certainly.
anymore.
Not if the cause is righteous, Mercy.
The cause is death to America, death to Israel. Let's, behead university administrators. What is going on here?
The left
this
is going on here.
Outrage. No, this is beyond. This is radicalism, anarchists,
That's
people who hate America, people who hate Israel. This is insanity.
Well, let me just I'll spell it out. The radical Marxist left, who really does energize the Democratic Party at this point, their agenda in this country and really in any organized civilization is to destroy it all, burn it all down, because then they make a better case for replacing it with their utopian communist society that solves all problems. You see, the only reason people turn to a totalitarian mentality like communism is if everything else has failed and you're that desperate that you're like, all right, fine, let's just do this and we'll let the state control everything because they're better than individuals. So if you sow chaos and incubate this idea that everything is broken and nothing works, the burn it all down mentality is the only way you then step in and rise from the ashes. So that's why you're seeing avowed Marxists like Cori Bush. Cori Bush rose to power out of Ferguson, Missouri, with the great lie that there was systemic racism in the police department there, leading to the death of Michael Brown, which they still claim was a murder, even though Eric Holder and Barack Obama, through their Justice Department, had to reach the realization that there was no racist intent and no murder, that Michael Brown deserved to die because he was assaulting an officer. But Cori Bush is part of Black Lives Matter, who is aligned with Marxism, and that's why she's a leading spokesperson for these people.
A leading spokesperson in this mock court, these people's tribunal. They literally they literally are saying that these board of trustees, the provost, the president of GWU, okay, these people are probably not even that, like, they're
liberals. They're
Marxists
liberals.
too. Yes. Okay, let's call them what they are.
They're just wearing, a tweed jacket as they smoke a pipe and go to class.
Exactly. They say that these quote unquote, I would say violent protesters, that these people have a vested interest in the genocide of the Palestinian people. I mean, this is insanity. And then you're right. You've got who's showing up? Cori Bush, Congresswoman Tlaib, basically like advocating for and basically saying that you're arresting these nonviolent protesters. I'm sorry, these quote-unquote protesters, agitators are calling for the death of innocent people, of administrators.
By hanging.
Insane.
Yeah,
by hanging.
Here is Cori Bush.
I feel like
yesterday.
I'm in the French Revolution. It's just I can't.
We woke up this morning to the disturbing news that D.C.'s Metropolitan Police Department had raided the GWU Gaza Solidarity encampment and assaulted, pepper sprayed, and arrested the nonviolent student protesters in the middle of the night while you were sleeping. This is all happening because those who refuse to stop the ongoing genocide in Gaza.
Oh, stop. I'm not even going to. But here's the biggest problem out of all of this. She's ripping Muriel Bowser there, by the way. Right, but they're pals, they're friends, they'll work together next time. She loved Muriel Bowser. When Muriel Bowser is part of the problem, she painted Black Lives Matter across the street of the White House. It's still there, and not only will they then decide, okay, they'll work together politically and fundraise and mobilize, but also these professors. The professor that was called to be, his head chopped off. He tomorrow will say, let's be friends. What can I do to work with you? We'll start a whole new Palestinian studies department at George Washington University. He's not going to recognize that the enemy of this country and the enemy of free thought from his university are right there. He's going to still try to befriend them because that's what the cool kids do.
Well, I think that there's a huge divide right now happening, right? There's a divide happening that I want to know those Democrats who are going to call out Cori Bush and call out Congresswoman Tlaib for continuing to promote this type of violence that we're seeing, these encampments, these organized encampments, they all have kind of the same tents.
Yeah, I know.
They all have kind of very,
Mercy.
similar signs. It's someone is funding this. These funders, for the most part, are Biden donors.
That's right.
And they're and here's the
And
deal.
that's why none. You just said which Democrat is going to call them out. None of them will, because
None
it's
of
funded
them.
by their funders.
None of exactly.
They're all on the same team. What we're seeing here is it's a theatrics. It's kabuki theater. It's a little more organized than a children's musical.
Hey, don't go after my Frozen musical, okay? I know you're not
sorry.
running it, but that's
You're
not
right.
fair.
I'm sorry. You're right. I'll let it go.
Gosh.
It's 5:54. Are you ready for the beach or the pool? Are you comfortable with how you looked? Julie, I am proud to say that for over 8 years now, I'm still living that healthy lifestyle I learned from Cook Pair.
Yeah, you look great.
Well, that's not really
Not
about
about
me
you
looking
looking
great.
great.
A woman of your age and
very
wisdom and
You're gonna start
experience giving me that kind of compliment. Are you feeling better about yourself
I do.
since you started on the Cook
I
Pair
feel
program?
so great. I'm still on the programs.
It's very methodical.
Yes, I get lots of assistance from my coach, Serena, who's fabulous.
And she's going to be with you for life.
Yeah.
That's the
she
cool
will.
thing about Co-Pair is that once you hit your weight loss goal, you continue to get that support literally for life. Men, you could lose 40 pounds by July 4th. Women, you could lose 30 pounds by July 4th. Women and men have different metabolisms. Talk to them right now. Co-Pair has the Look Your Best Summer offer. Start your program before the end of May. Mention this offer. And as our gift to you, you can receive up to 4 weeks. That's a great offer just for WMAL listeners. So give them a call. Ask about the Look Your Best Summer offer. 855-888-0180 or go to COPAREhealth.com. It's 5:55 WMAL traffic and weather every 10 minutes. First on the fives with Jamie Whitten in the Hadid Carpet Cleaning Traffic Center.
All right, Larry, and mostly the volume delays is what's forming in our normal stretches. 270 through Urbana and Hyattstown. Those of you coming out of the Frederick area. Same story on Virginia's 95 out of Dale City into Woodbridge. Then good 395 to and across the 14th Street Bridge. We do have the stop and go DC 295 southbound between Burroughs Avenue and East Capitol Street. Now from GarageDoorRepair.com, the WMAL Stormwatch 7 forecast.
Tracking some cooler than average temperatures to round out the week and take us into our Mother's Day weekend. Skies today becoming cloudy with a chance for showers through the morning and afternoon hours, and showers looking a little more likely for your evening plans. High temperatures only around 70 degrees with a bit of a breezy easterly wind, and I think the clouds and lower temperatures going to limit our severe weather threat today. Scattered showers in the forecast tonight and tomorrow. Tomorrow, temperatures in the 50s and cooler than average this weekend. I'm 7 News meteorologist Eileen Whalen.
Right now it's 67 degrees at 5:56.
We used to argue about whose turn it was to clean the gutters, but then I had Leaf Filter gutter protection installed.
Wait, I told you Leaf Filter had free inspections and estimates and a lifetime guarantee.
Meaning we never have to argue about whose turn it is to clean the gutters again.
But I visited leaffilter.com/beacon first.
No, I did.
It doesn't matter who. Visit leaffilter.com/beacon to schedule your free gutter inspection and get up to 30% off today.
See representative for warranty details. Promotion is 20% off plus a 10% senior or military discount. One discount per household.
I'm Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. I learned about atrial fibrillation the hard way. My symptoms would come and go. Shortness of breath, fatigue. I kept going. Then I got so lightheaded, I couldn't. My doctor said I have AFib, so I'm about 5 times more likely to have a stroke. Other symptoms, irregular heartbeat, heart racing, chest pain can come and go, but the risk of stroke stays. If you have symptoms, tell a doctor. Visit notimetowait.com.
Sponsored by Bristol-Myers Squibb and Pfizer.
Don't pay retail for your diamond engagement ring or gift. Come to cleanorigin.com. We're experts in ecologically friendly lab-grown diamonds. Mention code radio10 for 10% off. That's cleanorigin.com, online or one of our retail stores.
I'm Katie from Long Baths. For decades, we've helped families just like yours bring beauty, value, and safety to their homes. You've been thinking about upgrading your old bath or shower. Now's the time. With 7 decades of experience and our lifetime warranty, you'll be thinking, what took me so long? Right now, get 50% off materials, plus no payments and no interest for 2 years. Visit longbaths.com to get your free estimate today.
Brokered by eXp Realty. Hey everybody, this is Brian Wilson at The Hybrid Agent, where we sell homes for a flat fee of $500 upfront and just 3% total commission at closing, where our people, processes, and technology make the difference. In today's real estate world, you demand and deserve options. So we're going to give them to you. Our primary service is still the MLS listing with our hybrid commission model. But our newest service is our hybrid Cash Plus offer, where you get paid both before and after renovations. You can set the terms and get your free hybrid Cash Plus offer on our website, thehybridagent.com. And remember, no matter what service you choose, we are still your trusted 5-star, low-cost leader. So when you're ready to sell or get your free no-obligation cash offer, or if you just have questions, reach out to us today at thehybridagent.com. Real simple, real savings, real results. That's thehybridagent.com.
Join the Media Research Center's Brent Bozell and special guests, including Charlie Hurt, Joe Concha, Cal Thomas, Rachel Campos Duffy, and Sean Spicer on the MRC's 2024 post-election Caribbean Cruise this November. Go to mrccruise.com for all the details.
Coming up in our 6 o'clock hour, Kristi Noem has now canceled her ill-fated book tour because of the weather. Because of the weather. She's canceled her book. We'll discuss it. We have to. Coming up next.
WMAL FM, Woodbridge, Washington.